Aquarius this week, a little bit of transformation yet again, a little bit of standing up for yourself, and you're worrying. Let's see what's going on. First card, death card, transition. Come on, Aquarius, make the move, make the change. You can't hold on to the past. We're coming into an amazing time for Aquarius. This is where you should be blossoming. What on earth are you crying over spilt milk for? What on earth are you looking backwards for? Don't move forwards. From death we get rebirth. This isn't about a physical death. This is about a mental process. But you've got to move on. You've got plenty of support around you. You've got plenty of people who understand you. What's your problem? Why? You can't. There's no point carrying on a fight. There's no point trying to continue to prove yourself on a situation, on something that you've been trying to do for such a long time. Just hold your hands up and go, okay, I'm out. I'm done. I know. I can admit defeat. Do you know what? It takes a strong person to say I'm out. It's the weak person that stays in thinking that they can make things better. Make these changes, transform, transition, whichever one you need to do this week. Make yourself move forwards. Allow yourself to move on, because it's all going to start coming right. Because actually, you do know what you want to do, and maybe it's because you got everybody else's opinions who really don't understand what you've been through of late, Aquarius. Maybe that's what's sticking you in the past. Maybe that's what's stopping you. Maybe there's a hint in your brain going, well, perhaps if I did this, this and this, and if you rewrote some of the tweaks that you've already done over the last year or so, if not longer, you know, maybe they're right. No, they're not right. Stand up for what you know you need to be doing, because there is a part of you that knows you need to be doing something much bigger and much better, and there's a part of you that knows you must embrace what is coming forwards for you, because this is your time, Aquarius. On 20th of November, massive changes, Pluto going into you for the next 20 years. Embrace it, make your plan for the next 20 years, because Aquarius, you really are going to take off and you really are going to be in a better place. No need to worry anymore. Just work out exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. And because this is the Nine of Swords, I'm not really going to give it much airtime. See you next week, Aquarius. Bye. Aries, this week, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of acceptance, and a new direction. Let's see which cards you have. First card, the Queen of Wands. She's telling you, you've got there. Hooray! At long last. You know you're good enough. You know you can be proud of what you've achieved, because after all, you've come through quite a bit of late, Aries. You've managed to get there. You've managed to do it. Give yourself a pat on the back, and don't let anyone take what you've managed to achieve after what you've come through. Take it away from you. Know that you've done this all by yourself. The Queen of Wands sits here and she is super pleased with everything that she's done, but she's also the queen of creativity. This is about also creating a brand new project, a brand new idea, getting everything starting to roll forwards. And because you know that you've achieved everything and that you're wearing your good enough badge, this means that the new idea, new project, new concept, whatever it is going to work out well for you, which is just as well, because your Page of Cups comes in and it says, learn to accept what's being given to you. And with all the stormy waters beneath him, we can see that sometimes it's a little overwhelming to let everything come towards you, because you feel a little bit vulnerable. Oh, that's a scary Mary, isn't it? Little bit of vulnerability. But actually, vulnerability in this sense is a wonderful trait to have, because it means that you can allow everything to come towards you and you can work out what is good for you and what isn't. As you see on the cards, you've got fish jumping in and out of the cup. So some fish might be the right fish, and other fish you may need to discard them, throw them back in the water. You don't need those bits coming towards you. Work out exactly what you need to accept this week, because it's going to stand you in good stead. Because your last card is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is allowing you to go in a new direction. But because we have two new trees here, both being different, we have to accept that other people's opinions may not be in alignment with our own. Other people may think differently, but that's fine, because do you know what? It makes life very interesting. Know exactly what you want to do. This is about the ultimate in clarity, knowing exactly what you want to do, how you want to do it, and allow yourself to move forwards this week. Aries, what a great week for you. Cancer, this week, a little bit of indecision, a little bit of a battle, and a little bit of a balancing act. Let's see which cards you have. Your first card is the Two of Swords. You don't know which direction to go in. In fact, you find yourself conflicted. You can't make your mind up. You're indecisive. But actually, you do know what you need to do, but for some reason, you're allowing something to distract you. Look carefully, because we've got the full moon behind you. And ironically, as the time of this reading at the moment, we've got a full moon pouring down on us, and it's quite a tough full moon. You're being swayed by other people's opinions. You're not listening to your gut instinct. Don't let someone pull the wool over your eyes. Here in this picture, you're blindfolded. Well, of course you're blindfolded, because you're listening to everybody blind you with science and baffle you with bullshit. So don't allow that to happen. Bring those swords together. You know what you should be doing. You know the right path to go on. And this week, you've got to make up your mind that you're actually going on that path, because your Five of Swords comes in here, and it's because your Seven of Swords comes in here, and it says you've had the fight. You've picked your battle, and actually the other people have had to walk off. They've had to walk off in the opposite direction because they know they're not going to win. And with a heavy heart, you're picking up all the swords, and you are walking off in the distance because actually you know better. But sometimes when we do know better and we take another route, it does fill us with sadness, because actually we want people to be happy. We want people to be successful. That's for our friends, our family, whoever's around us. We don't really want to wish ill on people. That's just for keyboard warriors. But anyway, you've got to walk away. There's nothing else you can do. And you've got plenty of thought processes that you can play with so that you come up with your new idea, which is what I've suggested here. And then you can start putting it into action. But to put it into action, you've got to start assimilating exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. And at the moment, you're still trying to balance everything, because should I do this? Should I do that? Look, your Two of Swords here says, make up your mind. Know what the truth of the situation is. Because here we've got the ships in the background, and whilst they're bobbing along on the sea, ships are always bringing something good to us. The ship is coming in. Make the right choice this week. Make the right decision, and you will get the balance and harmony, and your ship will come in. 2 sets of 2s this week. Everything is going in the right direction for you, Cancer. Just learn to roll with it. Capricorn, this week, a bit of hope, a little bit of inheritance, followed by a little bit of stability. Let's see which cards you have. First one, Star card. I think you all know by now. I love this card. We've got to let something fall away, because we want hope on the horizon, but we can't get to the hope on the horizon if we keep dragging our baggage around. I know last week I said to you, you need to change the way you think. Capricorn, stop being stubborn. The sign of the goat, the ultimate of stubbornness in the zodiac sign. Stop being stubborn, think in a different way, do in the different way. Can't keep repeating the patterns. As we know, Capricorn, you are highlighted for this massive change. You're going to get let out of your pen. So you can't have your horns dug in the ground still. You've got to release them from the soil. You've got to allow this seismic shift to occur so that you can enjoy all that's coming for you. All I can tell you is, and I know Capricorn, Taurus, any of the earth signs, Virgo, you hate change. Everything has to be as is. Don't want to shift around. It's changing. Get used to the idea. Allow yourself to change. Allow old parts of you that don't need to be around anymore. Allow those to go now, because there is hope on the horizon. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be good. Because once you do allow that, this is traditionally the card of inheritance. This is about learning to receive, allowing things to come to you. But you can't do that if you're keeping your swords out there going on, I'm ready for a fight. I don't want to change. I don't want anything to be different about me. I've always done it this way, so that's how I'm going to carry on doing it. I heard that recently. Yeah, you know, if you always do what you always did, you're always going to get the same old thing. So I built a business on it. Make the change. So learn to receive, learn to accept what's coming towards you, learn to receive new ideas, new concepts, new ways of doing things, because they're all good for you. And yes, Capricorn, you like stability, you don't like insecurity, and you look at the future as being slightly insecure if you make changes. No. Actually, guess what? You've learned from your past lessons, and you've got all the information to make your security good for you going forwards in the future. You can have all 4 feet on the ground. You can make everything work for you. Learn to receive this week. It's going to be nice, because then we do have the card of stability and process. Traditionally, this card is about marriage, but in our Dolly daydreams of marriage should be secure and stable. And ultimately it is when we first get married, and then all the tricks start happening. But anyway, back to the 4 poles in this. This is about stability, and we also have the castle in the background. Again, about big stability, process. One step at a time. Take your time on moving forwards on your new journey now, Capricorn. Understand how you need to take responsibility for every step of the way to create your security, your stability for the future. Here we have these lovely big megalithic stones. Bit like Stonehenge. They've been standing for years, but one of the stones has to fall away to allow the other stones to come to the forefront. Allow you to come to the forefront now. Allow a new version of you to come to the forefront, because this is your time now, Capricorn. Pluto is leaving you this week, going forwards into Aquarius. You are going to be freed up, and the next 20 years are going to look great for you. Even though this is just your weekly reading. Gemini, this week, a little bit of a plan, a little bit of stability, and follow your heart. Let's see what's coming in for you. First card, Page of Swords. You need to make your plan. It's in the infant stages at the moment. You've got the ideas, but now you need to flesh it out and get it all working correctly so you can get the direction you need to go in. Because your sword here is put in the ground, which means you need to spend some time this week making sure you know exactly what you're doing. Go slowly, because we've got the horse here and he's stationary. It means you're being given time to think very, very carefully about how you want to do. But because the horse has a number 4 attached to it, it's about process, it's about stability, it's about one step at a time. Yeah, I slowed it down deliberately so that you just go slowly at what you need to do, so that every step is thought out correctly. And then when you are ready, when you have fleshed out your plan, you can bring your sword out of the ground and allow yourself the clarity and the sense of direction you know that you need to go in. And that horse will not just walk, it will gallop. It will start going really, really smartly, because it transforms into the Knight of Cups, and he's going places. Knight of Swords, rather. It transforms into the Knight of Swords, so he's going places. So take this time this week to slow everything down so you know exactly what you want to do next. Because ultimately, you need stability. And being an air sign, stability is a bit hard for you, because you go over here and you go over there and you go over here and you go over there. You go wherever you want. But actually, you've got to slow yourself down here. You've got to take some time to give yourself this stability. And the pentacle here is about stability. It's about being pragmatic. It's about looking at everything very, very carefully, and sometimes a little bit boring. It's not very exciting, but actually you can make this work for you on every single level. Bring that stability in. Again, we've got that stability in process with the horse here, the number 4. So one step at a time, that stability will be here, because guess what? Your Knight of Cups comes in here, and it says what you're wanting to do is something that you are really, really passionate about. And you're getting a lot of influence from other people. That's all the turbulence in the water in the picture. But that turbulence is because some people are not really sure about what the heck your plan is all about. But you know full well what you're doing, and you know how you want to do it. And you're following your heart because you're generous of spirit within you. You want to give everything, but always remember, don't give more than the 50%. And actually, I always say to my clients, don't give more than 5%. Keep people interested. Keep something back. Because if you go and put all your cards on the table, then it's a bit game over. But if you keep things back from you, from everybody else, from what they can see, if you keep it measured, then that balance and harmony that you need and all your passion that you're going to put into something is going to last for a long time. So, bit of passion, bit of stability and process. And this week, you're going places, Gemini. Leo, this week, you've come to the end of the world as you know it. You then feel trapped and then a little bit insecure. Let's see what's going on for you, Leo. First card, Universe. It means that you've come to the end of the journey. Well, do you know what, Leo? I think out of all the signs that I read for, you really have been kicking and screaming for a long time now. And I keep saying this every single week, that this change is coming upon you. And here we have this card where it says the change is here, and you've got to dig yourself out of the rock, because in the picture here we have a lady encased in rock, and you've got to bring yourself out of the rock. You've got to cut it away, because that's all old stuff that is sitting on you. In the metaphor, it is all the old stuff that you don't need to burden yourself with. It's all the old thought processes, all the old ways of doing things. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get the wet fish in your face. Do something different. And now you've got to the point where you do have to do something different. But I think, Leo, this week, with this card coming in, it's saying, well, if I do something different, what's going to happen? Leo, don't be a scaredy pussycat. Don't be frightened of something new happening. Get your confidence. Learn to roar like a proper lion, because it's all coming here for you. Because here your Eight of Swords says, oh, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I don't know. Yeah, you are trapped and stuck in the old stuff that I've just said about on the Universe card. You're still encased in rock. Let go. Let go of all these things. Take off the blindfold, take off the strapping around you. You don't need to be tied up anymore. You don't need to think in the old ways anymore. Liberate yourself. Take these 8 swords out of the ground and put them all together and get new directions, new ways of doing things, new clarity, new ways of thinking. What is it that you want to do? What do you need? What do you want to achieve? We're in this great time of making this plan for the next 20 years. It's big, it's happening. You've got to be part of that plan. Stop kicking and screaming now. Don't be a timid little pussycat. Learn to roar and get on with it, because your 5 of Pentacles here just backs up everything that I've just said, and it says, oh, I'm going to feel left out. No, you're not. You can be part of the gang. You can be part of the big change that's going on for everybody. Don't put yourself down. Listen, Leo is regal. Leo is like the king, the queen, the empress, the priestess. It's the show factor. Put your best clothes on, get yourself out there and know who you are. Stop feeling like Cinderella left in the dungeons at the castle and she can't go to the ball, doing all the washing up, doing all the cleaning. Get yourself together now, Leo, and allow yourself to move forwards. This is imperative. It's an instruction, not a recommendation. Take care. See you next week. Libra, this week, a little bit of lady luck, a little bit of, well, lack of direction, and a little bit of abandonment. What's going on, Libra? Here we go. Let's see which cards you have. Lady Luck, she's trying to help you. But Libra, you haven't taken my advice over the last few weeks. You need to put a bit of wood in between those scales and make them balance. Because the wheel here, you can have mega highs and you can have mega lows. Or you can just make the balance and go straight through the wheel and make life easier for yourself. Why are you still creating the drama around you? What is it that you're not getting to grips with? Because I so want you to be able to move on. I so want life to get better for you. But you've got to bring this balance and harmony in here. And Lady Luck wants to help you. She's coming in. She's telling you, you can have it the easy way, but it means you've got to go from one side of the wheel to the other side. Not mega high, mega low, because for as much as you're trying to fix something and you think, oh, good, that's great, it's only going to be great for 10 minutes. And then as it spirals down to the bottom part where you go, oh, here we are again, back in the department we don't want to be in, and you spend ages back in there. And then you come back up to the midpoint where you know full well you can just get off the roundabout and go straight through and make your life much easier. What is stopping you from finding that balance and harmony? Because your Four of Swords here is saying, look, I know you're pretty exhausted. That's the main key theme of this card. Exhaustion, tiredness. But actually in the back of this card is about transition. The Four of Swords say you've thought of every way of doing something. But the Knight in the back of the card here walks through a little doorway into something new, because you've got to understand that when you can't change something or someone, the person who needs to change is you. The person who needs to do something different is you. And you are stopping yourself from doing this. Why? You can't find another 4 directions again. You're exhausted from it. This is like the perpetual worry going off in your head. I want these 4 swords to be productive and give you the brand new direction. Not 4 directions, because that's really not good for Libra, but I want you to find one new direction that you know you should have gone in ages ago, that you know you should have committed to ages ago, but you didn't, and we're still in this hole. Come on, Libra, get yourself together, because the 8 of Cups comes along, and this is the card of abandonment, because again, you can see you've tried many, many, many times, but with sadness, you've got to walk away. Yes, that's called trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. However, walk away, because actually, do you know what? You're walking towards new opportunities. Don't walk away sad, as the picture depicts here. Walk away with pride, knowing that you've tried, knowing that you've done your best, knowing that there was nothing else you could do. And actually, guess what? You're going to embrace the future, not go off into the future feeling sad. This week, Libra, please allow Lady Luck to guide you in the right direction and get you going exactly where you need to go to. Pisces, this week, stand your ground. A little bit of achievement. Oh, and you got your winner's card. Whoopee, Pisces, here we go. First card, 7 of Wands. Stand your ground. It doesn't matter what anybody else says to you, because they don't understand the journey that you've been going on for such a long time. In fact, many people don't get Pisces because we're a bit fishy. We've got 2 fish that swim in the opposite direction, and everybody keeps going for the middle and they're getting lost. They don't really understand how us Pisceans work. I'm one too. Duct tape your fish together this week and know exactly which direction you're going in, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, and what the reasons are behind everything. Because that's the bit that's going to shine through. The fact that you know exactly what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, why you're going to do it, and why you need to do it. Be wonderfully stubborn, even though we're a water sign and that flows all over the place. Be stubborn this week, Pisces. Stand your ground. Don't let anybody push you off the thought process that you're on, and allow yourself to move forwards, because you're going to start seeing the return for all the achievement, all the investment, everything that you've done, everything that you've put in all the hard work for. And maybe other people don't realise what you've been doing and what you've been up to, like I've already said in the 7 of Wands. This 7 of Pentacles, so we've got the 2 7s here, that's great. This, you've put in so much that everything is just on the precipice. It's just about to happen for you. So don't turn around and wander off in the opposite direction. Keep your head down. Be determined, because when you're determined, it means you've got your bit between your teeth and you are going to get on to being successful. It means that you've got total focus. Keep that total focus going. Keep that determination going. Keep that vision going of exactly what you want to do. Doesn't matter what anybody else has got to say, because ultimately we've got the 6 of Wands. This is the winner's card. You are going to get the success that you've been waiting for such a long time. That's why you've put in the effort. That's why you've not listened to your detractors. That's why You're going to see the rewards. Sometimes you can be a bit stubborn even though you're a water sign, and sometimes maybe you're just hiding in the cave in the deep of the sea, making people think that you're doing what they want you to do, but actually you're doing something completely different. You're going to get there. Inspiration, new ideas, because we've got 6 wands here. It's not just about getting immediate success, but this is going to roll you on into future successes. Your mind is fully active now. Everything is coming to you. The 6 goes before the 7. So, and we've got the 6 and the 7, and we've got the 2 7s. So everything is starting to happen now. Put your brain into gear. Stay focused on what you want to do. Pad out the original idea, the original concepts, wherever they lay, and allow everything to happen, because you'll get the reward and you will win. Everything is starting to happen for you now, Pisces. Embrace it. Go like crazy with it this week. Sagittarius this week, a little bit of hard work, followed by a bit of deception and a little bit of uncertainty. Let's see which cards you have. First card, 8 of Pentacles. Lovely card. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out, because after the 8 we get the 9, which is the card of harvest. Put your head down this week, Sagittarius. Put in all the hard work. We've got the lucky cat in this picture as well, and so that says that you'll be able to achieve what you want to achieve out of everything. And so the more you invest into a project that you're doing, the more you're going to get out of it. The more you put into a relationship that you may be in, but just give in balance though, not more than 50%. The more you'll get back out of it. So here, whatever you're putting in, you will see the return. It is coming to you and the luck is on your side. However, you need to circumnavigate something else that's happening around you, because this is the card of a little bit of a fight on your hands. Somebody's been trying to do something. Somebody's not agreeing with you. Somebody you've had to concede. Well, defeat has been conceded and they've walked away, and you're picking up the pieces. Maybe you've had a little bit of an argument about something, but guess what? You can put your head into this card. You can put your head into the 8 of Pentacles, because that'll keep you going, keep your focus in the right place. But they've called a truce, they've called surrender, and you're picking up the pieces and you are trying to get yourself back on track. Just stay focused on what you know you must focus on. Whatever this card is relating to, focus on it. Keep putting your head down. Keep barging away. Is it that you've fallen out with someone because they've got a different idea about what you should be doing and how you should be doing it? Wherever this disagreement has come in, you need to get yourself in the right position, because the Moon card comes in here and it says, don't allow yourself to be fooled. Don't allow yourself to be deluded, because somebody might be pulling the wool over your eyes. Because in the moonlight, everything looks wonderfully romantic. But when the sun shines out, we can see all the rubbish on the streets. Yeah, reality isn't right. And also, at the time of this recording, we've got a very potent full moon and it's playing havoc with our emotions. Is it that you have decided to go in one direction, but actually know that you shouldn't go in that direction, and maybe somebody has caused you a problem with this? Again, return your focus back to putting your energy into the one thing that you know keeps the sanity. I think this week is a little turbulent for you, Sagittarius. You've got to stay balanced this week. Keep the balance and harmony around you whilst everybody else seems to have a lot of problems, and you'll be okay. Scorpio this week, a little bit of determination, a little bit of burden, and a little bit of action. Let's see which cards you have. Your first one out is the 9 of Wands. You've been putting your head down, you've been tackling everything, you've been trying to get everything right. You've put in so much and you keep being determined to succeed. And guess what? That is the right recipe for success. Put your head down, keep going. Yes, you're battered and bruised, but yes, you can find a little bit of time to have a weekend off or a few days away, whatever it is that you need to just recharge your batteries, because your determination of spirit is actually what's keeping you going. And this is what you need to do. Keep digging deep, because it is going to pay off. Your next card is the Ten of Wands, and it says you do actually make your day really rather busy for you. But Scorpio, guess what? You don't like getting bored. In fact, it's not a healthy attribute for Scorpio not to have enough to do, because when you get bored, you think too much and you do the wrong things, or maybe you just overthink. But here, determination of spirit, taking on too much, but that really is you. That's where you're at your best and really what you need to be doing. Keep going, because your Knight of Wands comes in. It's all about the wands this week, Scorpio. That creative energy, that thought process. It's amazing. Keep going, because actually out of the 9 and the 10 of Wands, you're going to get a brand new idea, and it's going to help you propel yourself forwards and say, right, actually, do you know what? For once, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I know exactly how I'm going to do it. And guess what? No one's going to stop you, Scorpio. You're in your element this week, Scorpio. Make that transition and move on. Taurus, this week, a little bit of stability, a little bit of joy, followed by an amazing opportunity. Let's see which cards you have this week. Your first card, King of Pentacles, the stability. You love stability, Taurus. In fact, you don't like it any other way, because you're the bull. You like to have all legs on the ground. All 4 pillars in your life need to be working correctly: your health, wealth, fitness and relationship. You don't like it when the apple cart is upset and something goes a bit away from you. You like everything to be just so. This week, you can be proud of where you're sat now, because you've been working hard to get everything in the right position. Your health, your wealth, your fitness and your relationships. You're working really hard on making sure you've drilled down on every single one of those. And on the relationship front, it may not be a relationship with someone else, but it may be your own relationship with you. You've got there. Be proud, because your next card is the 3 of Cups, and it says you can rightfully have a little bit of time out now. You can rightfully have a little bit of celebration, but don't have too much alcohol, because it's really not good for you. But anyway, just enjoy some time out with friends, with people who you know appreciate you. Do the things that you want to do at the moment for you. This is an easier period for you where you can just coast, where everything is starting to transition now, and you've done all the hard work, and you can just sit by and sit back until everything starts moving forwards. Because your last card is the Ace of Pentacles, and it says there's a wonderful opportunity coming towards you. Be the smart one and learn to accept it and run with it. Traditionally the card of money, but this is also about abundance and wealth deep inside ourselves. So wherever this opportunity and wherever this wealth and abundance is within you, whatever is coming towards you this week, learn to see the opportunity in it. Take it and run like crazy in your new direction. Enjoy this week, Taurus. Virgo, this week, a little bit of balance, a little bit of wish fulfillment, and then everything's moving really quickly for you. Let's have a look, see which cards you got. First card out is your Temperance card. What a beautiful card. Not just the graphic, but in its energy. Temperance is lovely. However, it just tells me that you're giving out far too much to everybody else and not giving enough to you. So this week, you get a time to recharge your batteries, because as the Chinese say, you cannot drink from an empty well, and it's wonderful to give. What you give and what you receive are 2 different things. This week, this Temperance card, in its wonderfulness, is telling you to stop. It's telling you to give back to you, to do all the things that you need to do for you, to take time out. Ask yourself in the morning, what do I need to do for me today? You know, when you're at the weekend, when you're listening to this, what do you need to do for yourself this weekend? What are the things you would really like to have on your agenda? Do them. Do them for you, not for anybody else. Consider you first, and if there's somebody tagging along, just say, I'm going to do this. Would you like to join me? If they don't, then that's fine. But this week, it's all about understanding what you need to give to you, topping up your well, getting your energy resources back on track. Because your next card is the Nine of Cups here, and it's saying, look, we can give you wish fulfillment, but exactly what do you need? But there's a little bit of a sting in the back of your throat, because you're just like, well, I've made plans before, but nothing's really happened, and so what's the point? Well, actually, there's loads of point this time. Don't allow the bumblebee of resentment to get to you. Give yourself 9 new needs, 9 new wishes, 9 new challenges. Whatever they are, the universe is trying to help you. Allow it to help you. Because when we're in defense mode, we can never let anything come to us. But conversely, the same thing happens when we're giving. Actually, when we're giving loads, it's another way of doing the defense mechanism, but with a smile. Or I'm giving so much. Yeah, you're giving so much that it's stopping anything from coming back towards you. Then you're isolated. So in your topping up of your battery, work out, topping up of your well, work out what you would like in your life and how you would like it. You've had little opportunities over the last few weeks to work out exactly where you want to go and how you want to do it. And now it's starting to happen, because your next card is the Knight of Swords. And that's why you've got to know what you want here, because your Knight of Swords is saying, I'm going to start moving on really, really smartly. I've got everything in place. I've got all the things that I want to do happening around me. I'm going to make everything happen in the way that I need to. Put those plans in place this week, Virgo, and you're going to take off. Enjoy.